The difference was here we wanted to win the game. Yeah. We still want to make plays on 3rd and long, though.
Can any of your safeties make that kind of blitz, or does Corey have some special skills?
I think all those guys are pretty good blitzers. I mean, I think Trey's a good blitzer. Quincy is. Obviously, Corey is. But I think all those guys do a good job.
When you recruit JUCO guys, particularly I think a guy entering a year like this, when you knew there would be so many spots, you're hoping for guys that can, they're a couple years older. What's been the impact?
I think as far as with the JUCO guys, well, first of all, Chris May's a guy we knew about up front, and he was a guy that has still got 3 years left, so he's really only a sophomore, so that's a little bit different. And he's pretty much what I thought he would be. He's been a pretty significant player in there. He doesn't necessarily have the flash maybe that some of the other guys you guys look at, but he's been pretty stout, and I think he's allowed us to have good inside interior run defense. As far as with the other guys, we were so short at our numbers, particularly at corner and safety, that you kind of had to take guys and kind of, it was almost like, all right, you're going to take this group of guys and then we're going to work them and see who can come out of it, and from a competition standpoint. And it just so happened that the freshmen came out of it as the guys that could play and contribute, which is fine with me, but you really don't know that when you're in the evaluation process and the recruiting process, so you got to get numbers. And from that standpoint, the safeties that came in as freshmen and the guys that came in as JUCOs, the freshmen ended up being the guys that were ready to play. Same thing at corner too. So the whole thing with taking the safeties to me, or the DBs to me, was we had a numbers issue and we needed to get numbers to work and develop and see what combination of players give us the best chance to win moving forward. I'm not sure you could take that many freshmen, in 1 year, because I'm not sure that you'd be able to keep them, because if somebody's got to be a starter, But now when you take JUCOs, you can kind of balance your class out and do that kind of route with it. So I think that was a smart thing to do. It just so happened that the freshmen won the competition. So we'll move forward with that and let those guys continue to compete and see what happens down the road.
Had it not been for Fluker's illness, would he have been competing? You think?
Yeah, he was physically. He's as talented as guys we got, And in this game, there's a. I mean, you can watch it at any level, high school, college, or pro. I mean, there's a small line between you're in the rotation, you're in the group, and then you get left behind. That's why it's so critical that guys come in shape, that guys work hard in August and do the things you ask them to do, because if you fall behind or miss time, somebody's getting that opportunity, and they're going to show a coach what they can do. And my biggest thing is you play players that make plays. You play players that produce. You play players that prepare the way they need to prepare to help you win an SEC championship. And as guys do that, they're going to play.
Is that kind of why Brendan Langley has not been out there of late?
Well, honestly, no. I think Langley came in great shape and worked hard. I think Shaq was a guy that kind of got behind because he got hurt.
Right.
But Shaq kept working and doing the things we asked him to do, and he earned the right to compete for playing time, and he got it, and he's played good. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really more of a credit to Shaq and what he's done than say anything about Brendan. I think Brendan works hard. He's going to be a good player, and he's just young, just like a lot of those other guys. But right now, Shaq's a guy that's done a good job.
Todd, can App State, with what they do formation-wise and with their QB and receivers, can they try to isolate you guys, do some one-on-one matchups?
Sure.
I mean, do they have that threat?
Yeah, they got at any level, guys are going to have wideouts, skill guys, because there's an abundance of wideouts. And anytime you can get those guys in space, size is not as big of an issue. So no matter who you play, they're going to have skilled guys that can catch the ball and make a guy miss in space. So leverage is important, running to the ball is important, and doing those things. So we'll have to be ready because they can do those things.